Hi, I'm Alex Murray Leslie,
I'm Melissa Logan.
and we're from Chicks on Speed. And Chicks on Speed formed in Munich in 1997 behind the Fine Art Academy where we were studying at the time. And we used to do a legal bar there called Seppi Bar. And that's where we met and did a lot of projects related with music and fashion and art projects.
Right from the beginning, we were working with a lot of people, and there was also a lot of separation in the art academy of the classes, what class one worked in, what genre, and a lot of what was being organized was also very fixated in this grouping of people, and to break away from that, we set up exhibitions and performances, and also set up some tours, and then very soon, though, we became very music oriented because the art stuff was really slow, and also the environment, the gallery environment, we found really confining, and we also became more of a group of 3 people and not such a large group. And in the last 5 or 7 years, that's broken down into a larger collective. Alex and I as the nucleus, and we push and organize the events and performances and projects, and then we have members in London, New York, Berlin, and
Spain, Barcelona, Paris.
and these other members, then it changes depending on the project, the size of the project, and also the mediums that we're working in.
This is the E-shoe, which started off as the high heel shoe guitar prototype that we made at CAC in Vilnius, Contemporary Arts Centre. The curator, Simon Rees, invited us over and gave us the possibility to create all these new object instruments. And at the time we were focusing more on building different types of shoes. And some of the shoes had microphones in them. They were very Get Smartish. And then one of them was the guitar that worked as a regular guitar, so it had a pickup inside, guitar strings and screws, and you plugged it in the back of the shoe. And from working in the space at CAC, we then developed also rock instruments from Melissa and their amplified rocks with contact microphones, and that led into doing a type of orchestra piece at the opening. But then we realised after doing the piece, we thought, oh wow, we sort of need more of these shoes, and wouldn't it be great if it was wireless
and wearable,
and so it was like this thing of like product development, R&D on the shoe, and it took 3 years to develop then this final shoe. We worked together with on the first shoe we worked together with Steve Dawson and Ollie Horton. And on this shoe, we've worked together with around 10 different people, and the shoe designer is Max Kibardin. He's Russian and lives in Milan. And also Angar, which is hanger.org. And that's an art production space in Barcelona where we do actually a lot of our more electronic pieces with circuit boards and so on. And Alex Posada, Bartos, and Miguel worked on the electronics of this shoe, on building this circuit board, which is a specially designed circuit board, and with a wireless unit that communicates via MIDI signals to a laptop. And so it does work as a guitar, and you just touch the strings. It's got touch sensors connected to the strings inside the shoe, and so it's very good for the stage. And then we worked with various factories to turn specially designed screws here, based on regular guitar screws and working like regular guitar screws in a way. And we designed those with Marc Monzo, who's a jeweller based in Barcelona. And we also turned these elements at another factory, and then we went to a car paint factory and painted them all. So it was a lot of different processes to build the E-shoe. And the idea is it's a bit of that thing of like, don't art, fashion, music. It's transcending art, transcending fashion, and transcending music, and using technology as glue in a way to do that.
The cigar box was actually the first instrument that we made, I think, about 8 or 10 years ago. And at the time we also used quite easy technology, just with pickup microphones, distortion pedals, and just bought a bunch of things and stuck it in it and used it for live shows. But it was always a dream to have it really functioning as an instrument. And later we met some people who build synthesizers. And we went to their studio in Barcelona and then did a little bit of soldering. And we didn't make the whole thing, though. One has to be very patient. And I think after 3 days of soldering, our patience ran out, and then they finished them up. So these are functioning synthesizers with sequencers. And there are 10 of them, and they're all different. So now what we have is the Cigar Box Orchestra.
The stage is a Gesamtkunstwerk. The show is a Gesamtkunstwerk. So it's the interrelationship between music, fashion, and art on a sculptural stage.
Well, we have moving elements. For example, The Beat is Happening, which is quite a graphic piece here, a screen print mixed with painting, and it's also a song. And the elements, the graphic elements, they are made out of actually a speaker system, which has been abstracted, and it has become a pattern. And the pattern has moved into the weaving, the loom, which is inside the stage. And there, a large piece of fabric has been woven there, also based on this pattern. The pattern's also in another painting. And there are a few pieces like that move in the exhibition. And on the 2 walls here, there are the banners, which are collections of slogans and impressions from the people who were here for the exhibition. For example, Nadine Yassin, and quotes that we've used in other exhibitions, and kind of also the sloganeering, which are also kind of a street philosophy that we've developed. And these are made by sign painters in Africa.
The theremin tapestry is an instrument based on the original theremin made by Lev Theremin in Russia at the Theremin Institute. And we worked together with the Victorian Tapestry Workshop in Australia, in Melbourne. And the piece was actually originally made for our exhibition there called Viva la Craft. And it was a work in progress, and there were 5 weavers from the Victorian Tapestry Workshop who would come in every day and weave, and they wove in conductive threads into the woof and the weft. And then we had 4 conductive threads woven in, and they were connected to the theremin hardware back in Barcelona with Alex Posada. And then we programmed. It's a similar thing. It's sending. It's similar in the way that it's sending MIDI signals to a computer. So all the sounds are stored in Ableton Live on a laptop.
Yeah, the style of the fashion video is very much like silent films that's sped up, and it came from a very kind of banal idea of having this huge pile of archive material that we had, and then we
tried to photograph it.
We tried to photograph it, and it became all sterile and dead.
And then flat on the wall.
We realized we have to where these things are actually made as things that one's inside and doing something in. And then this video came out of that, really.
It should be very inspired also by this 1920s, I don't know, like putting on clothes or something, and this speeding up a film, or that's filmed because it's the wrong speed sort of thing.
Yeah. The hats are self-contained amplification devices, it's the idea that you can actually be anywhere and perform, that the performance is not contained to a stage, a large sound system, engineers, and all these things. You can be anywhere. You can put on your hat, your mad hat, and step in the street. And it also looks good.